This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. This is Sumathi from NICT. I'm a Advanced Excel with AI trainer. So today's the topic is Advanced Excel with AI. Means what is the Advanced Excel? Why we need to use the Advanced Excel? We know very well already what is the normal X means Excel. In that, when we are going to use the expert level in the companies, they are going to use the expert level means nested functions, all these things they are going to use. Means how to use expert level, that is how I will teach in that. So advanced Excel, all that, what are the topics we are going to teach in that, so I will show you that. Okay, before that I will share the screen. Okay, so here in that advanced Excel means what are the topics it will come, it will cover. Means so for example, we are going to teach in that we know very well if function. If function is one of the logical function. In that, if is one of the logical function. In that, so if in that, and also one of the logical function. In that, or also one of the logical function. In that, how to use the nested if function. Nested if function means that is the expert level it will come. We know very well about that. If we use that when we learned Excel, if we knows and or all these things. Now, if I want to use the expert level, how to use the nested function, that is we call as a nested function. How to use the nested if function. So, and instead of that nested if function, one advanced function we called as a ifs function also. One of the advanced function called as a ifs function also we have in that. This is one topic. So then here we are going to teach in that we look up. Along with that, we look up if function, how we are going to use if na, if error functions, and is even, is odd functions we are going to teach. And here Power Query, append data. Power Query means when we are going to import the data, yeah. So Power Query means when we are going to import the huge data, that time if it is a null values, empty cells, empty rows, how to remove that option. With empty cells, null values, if with error, we can't create a visualization. Visualization is nothing but chart only. So that means how to remove that option. That options we are going to use in the Power Query editor option also. In that Power Query editor also, we have some of functions also we can apply. Within one shot, we can apply the text functions, date functions, logical functions, all these options it will come. And next up, Power Query. Next, append data option it will come. Append data. Actually, what is that? Append data means when we have the multiple datas. That means I have in my Excel, in the sheet 1, Jan month payment report I have. In the Feb month, in next sheet of Feb month reports we have. In the next third sheet, I have the March month. Like this, 10 months of reports datas I have. Auditor or clients, customers or director, if I want to send the reports to them, we should not send 10 sheets of data also. That time we have to add the data one below another, how to make it as a one table, then we can send the reports to them. That is we call as a append data. Next options in that, merge data. What is that merge data means? For example, I have the in PDF format, one Excel PDF format, I have the sales information. Excel format, I have in the customer information. And then product details I have in the JSON format. That time, how to convert the different format of the data as a one table. Okay, so that one, how to merge that options, it will come. After that, how to convert means how to convert as a one table. Using that table, how to create the visualization, that options we called as a Power Pivot. That means data model options we have. So data model, this one also we are going to teach in that. So next options in that, we look up, advanced we look up. Along with that, we look up function, if and we look up plus if error. We along with that, we look up some function also we are going to add. How to add that options we are going to teach in that. And reverse lookup also. Reverse lookup, because Excel always it's not going to calculate in the left side, always it's going to calculate right side only, it's going to calculate. Sometimes we have to calculate the reverse also, that time we are going to use a reverse lookup formula. When we are going to apply the reverse lookup, like that we are not going to apply. Along with that, we lookup plus choose function we are going to use, that is called as a reverse lookup option in that. Next, match function. Match function. Along with that, we look up plus match function. How to use, what is the users, I will show you that. Where they are going to use, in which situation they are going to use, I will show you that. And advanced function also we have in that. XLOOKUP functions we have. XLOOKUP function means it's going to calculate if my data is in the vertically also, we can use a horizontal also, we can use the XLOOKUP function. Otherwise, we have, if my data is in the horizontally, we have to use the HLOOKUP function. Okay, so then, but when we are going to use the advanced function, no need to use HLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, all these things. If it is my data is in the horizontal also, automatically it's going to take. If my data is in the horizontal also, it's going to take. That is the XLOOKUP functions, it will come. Next, SUMIF. SUMIFs function, when we are going to use the SUMIFs function, count if and count ifs function. All these are count if, count a, count if, count ifs, all this called as a statistical function. Some ifs, all these things, that is the mathematical function options we have. So then dsum, database function, in that dcount also database function only. So instead of that SUMIF, we can use the dsum function also. How to use that options I will show you in the practical. Next options in that, we can use the is even function, is even, is odd, conditional formatting means advanced options, this one, conditional formatting, conditional formatting, and conditional formatting means if I want to highlight the important value, we are going to use the conditional formatting option. But in that advanced options also we have in that. Using the cell reference options, we can use absolute method. That means in that absolute method, so relative method, mixed method, how to use in that conditional formatting, absolute method, relative, mixed method, or mixed reference. So these options we are going to teach in that, means in the conditional formatting. Next, pivot table. We know very well if it is a huge data, we can analyze the data, we can summarize the data, so we can filter the data using the pivot table. If I have the huge, for example, my company is exporting and importing the product. I want to know that particular product wise, what is my sales? In the particular month, total sales, how much we done? I have the 6 month data is there. Total sales amount, how much it will come, how much we got. In the particular product wise, I want to see the total sales amount. Particular country wise or particular area wise, I want to see that. In the particular customer, how much amount I have to receive. We can filter the options also in the pivot table. And here in that date wise also we can see that in the particular month how much sales we done. So we can compare one month to another month, which month is the profit, all these things we can see. Or else in that I can filter that option, from which product I got highest amount, from which product I got lowest amount. We can see that options also it will come. Okay, all this, that means pivot table means advanced pivot table. PMT, payment function, we are going to teach. For example, I taken the loan from the bank, 10 lakh rupees I taken the loan. They are saying 5 years you have to pay. 9% is the interest amount. So, okay, I agree with that. But I want to know that monthly, how much amount I have to pay. So then means with the principal amount also I have to pay, how much amount I have to pay. So then only the interest amount, how much I paid, all the calculations we can do in the payment function options that we can use. So then here, what if analysis? So that means, for example, I got that I sold some of product, 100 quantity of product I sold. I got that 5 lakh rupees profit I got. But my target is 8 lakh rupees. But I got only the 5 lakh rupees. I didn't reach my target. That time I want to know that still if I want to reach my target, how many products I have to sell. That options it will come in the what if analysis options it will come. Okay. So here after that forecasting. Forecasting means future details, means predict value we can find out. My company is running like that. I got, so means this much profit I am getting. After 5 years, what is my company profit? Where my company is going to stand? With the chart, we can see in the forecasting options also. Or example, I uploaded one videos, all these things. Or else I deposited some of amount in the bank. So 5 years back, I deposited some of amount. So after 1 year, what is the total sales amount? So till 5 years, I got this much interest. After 5 years, what is my total amount? We can see. Or else, if I upload any videos, anything per day, some of views we got. Every day, some views is going to high and below, low. Like these options, it will come. If it is happen like this, after 5 or 1 years after, what is my views? That options we can see in the forecasting option also, we can see that option. And macros, so that is one of the visual basic application. So how to create macro in MS Excel, we are going to teach in the last option. And one second, what the topics are left? Okay, so then dashboard. Before that, one more option here, power pivot. All these topics we are going to learn in this Advanced Excel only. All these are the topics we have in that. Okay, so here first option is if function. If function is one of the logical function. So actually what is the if function? Means whenever we are going to applying the two conditions in the single cell, one condition is going to display true, another condition is going to display false. That is, oh, no, I know about that. But here where they are going to use when which situation they are going to use means here see here this is one of the example for if function. So actually what is that if function means here see now if function is checks whether the condition is met. One return and returns one value if true and another value is going to display the false options only. Okay, but here I want to check in that I want to apply the if function. So how to apply this one here means this is my data. I given some of spend some of amount to my employee. That is a traveling expenses, food expenses, entertainment, equipment, everything is there. This is my budget amount, but actually happened this much. I want to check in that is that within a budget or over budget. Here we can see only for data is there. I can find out. Suppose if I have the more than 50, 60, that time we are going to applying the one of the logical function, that is if function we are going to use. Okay. So then how to use these options? In that always formulas begins with the equals only. Okay. Once again. Any See now I want to apply the if function. How to apply this if function here means two conditions I want to apply. That means is that within a budget or actual budget. So that means here that means within a budget or over budget I want to check. Always formulas begins with the equal only. Okay. So that's why equals if function. See now it's going to ask a logical test. Logical test, this is we called as a parameter. When we are going to applying the formula, so Excel is going to display because means you applied the if function. Next options we have to select like this is going to display for us. This is we called as a parameter. Once if you understand this parameter, if it is a very critical situation also we can manage. Okay, so here how to apply this one? You have to understand the concept. For example, here see now it's asking logical test. Logical test means for which value to which value you want to compare. So here this is my budget. This budget is greater than actual budget. This is my actual budget. Now it's asking this is my logical test. For which value you want to find out, that is we called as a logical test only. Understood? So then once see it's showing in the dark color in the link options, hand mark it we got. But if I place the cursor, it will not come here. So then give the comma. Once if you click on that comma, see now it's showing value if true. If the value is true, so then what I want to display? So this value is, once again, this value is greater than this one. I want to display within a budget. While applying the formula, when we are going to type the text with the double quotes, we have to give. That's why double quotes within budget, comma. If not, if your value is false, I want to display over budget. Like this, we can apply this one. Close the parenthesis, then press enter. Once if you press enter, see it's showing within a budget. My budget amount is 600, but actually happened 525. That means this is the within a budget options we have. This is we called as a one of the logical function. That's a if. Understood? Okay, one more time I will show you that. Equals if function, logical test. This is my logical test, greater than this one. Okay, then comma, value, if value is true, I want to display within a budget. If not, it should display over budget. Like this we can apply. This is the options we have. This is we called as a one of the logical function. One second here. This is the logical function. Okay. Clear? Any doubts? Okay, one more example I will give here. So this is the logical function. One more logical function we have in the here. One more data I have in that. So in that, division means nothing but this is my godown. I stored my godown. I stored my inventory in my godown. Division A, division B. Like this, I have the information means godown details I have. In this particular godown, I got the revenue. Revenue means nothing but amount 1,25,000 rupees income I got. But my goal is 2,50,000. I want to see that whether I reached my goal or not. I want to check. How to check? Using the if function only, we are going to check in that. So how to use this one here? Equals if function, logical test. What is my logical test? So my revenue, this revenue amount is greater than 25,000. This is my logical test. Once if you give the comma, automatically cursor will come to the next pointer. See, that text is going to bold letters. The text is become as a bold letters once if you press the comma. See now, value if true. This is the true. If true, I want to display reached. Comma, if value is false, not reached. Okay, like this we are going to use that option. Once if you press enter, automatically answer is going to display to us not reached. Because my revenue is, I got income, revenue is 1,25,000, but my goal is 2,50,000. That's why I didn't reach that goal. Like this we can see. Not only for that, whenever we are applying the mark list, all these things, good, bad, rich, poor. So then reached, not reached, available, not available, correct, incorrect, every options based on that our requirement, if you want to display, we are going to use the if function options we are going to use. Understood? Then we can drag the once if you apply the formula, we knows very well that is the easy. We can drag the data, automatically we are going to get the answer. When we are going to drag the data like this, we can drag, automatically answer it will come. Now see, once if we drag the data not reached, here we reached that option. My revenue is, I got total income 1,80,000, but my goal is 15,000. Sorry, 1,50,000. Here income I got 1,80,000. That's why I reached. Here also we reached that option. Like this we can get that option. But here, once if you apply the formula, suppose I have 500 data is there. Till 500 we have to drag the data, right? Instead of that, in the companies they are going to use a double click also. We can use, three options we have. We can drag the data, or else we can double click, or else we can select entire column, then press Ctrl D. Is the duplicate value, it will come automatically, we can select. See now, place the cursor here in the edge of the cell, double click, see automatically we got that answer. No need to till like this, we no need to drag like that. See, no need to drag. So, okay. So here, once if you double click on that, if I have the thousands of data automatically till there, automatically we are going to get the answer. So we can drag, or else we can double click, or else once if you apply the formula, select entire column, press Ctrl D. See, duplicate value, it will come automatically, we are going to get the answer. Like this three method we have, so we can select that options also. Okay, so if I have only the here in that only 10 columns, 10 rows, we can drag. Suppose if my data is till 500, we have to drag the data. Instead of that, we can double click, automatically we are going to get the answer. See now, double click this one, like that option, so we got. Okay, so this is the one of the options we have. This is okay for me. Here, instead of that, some of conditions we can use true or false, or 1, 0, pass, fail, yes or no, correct, incorrect. Like this we can apply. All these are the logical functions only. That means if function. This the if functions, we got that. And one more option. And function. What is that uses of and function? And function means when we are going to applying the multiple criteria. Okay, multiple criteria or conditions, or criteria, conditions, argument, all these are same only. For example, I have 10 conditions I have. In that, 9 conditions are correct. Only one condition is wrong, and function is going to display wrong only. That means and function always is going to display all the conditions are correct, then only it's going to display the correct. If any one of the condition is wrong, it's going to display the wrong only. See now, this is the and function. Now see, and function. The AND function returns true if all its arguments evaluate to true, and returns false if one or more arguments evaluate to false. In my data, I have 10 conditions. In that, 9 conditions are correct, only one condition is wrong. But AND function is going to display wrong only. Because AND function is going to display all the arguments are correct, then only it's going to display true. Any one of the condition is false, wrong, it's going to display wrong only. So that is we called as a first pointer here. If and one more AND function. So AND function, if all the arguments are true, it's going to display the true only. If any one of the argument is evaluated to false, it's going to display false only. How to use these options? For example, here I will show you that simple option. First I will show you. Okay. 8 plus 5 equals 13. This is the correct. And 5 into 2 equals, this is also one of the argument. This is also correct for me. 10 minus 5 equals 5. This is also correct. And here 10, I am going to applying the formula only here. 10 divided by 2, this is the formula we have. See, I got that 4 conditions here. I want to check in that all the conditions are correct or not. I want to check. How to check this option? Example, equals AND function. See, now it's asking logical one. It's asking logical one. So what is your conditions logicals? We have to. Directly we can click on that. Sometimes we won't get correct answer. That's why manually I'm going to applying here. 8 plus 5 equals 13. This is one conditions. Once if you give the comma, automatically cursor will come to the next point. Click on that. Logical 2, 5 into 2 equals 10. Again, once if you press the comma, next automatically cursor will come to the next logical. 10 minus 5 equals 5 only. Again, comma. Next logical, here I applied the formula. That's why directly I'm going to select. See, now all the arguments are correct only. Now it's going to display true only. See, it's going to display true. Okay, but why it's showing true means all the logicals are correct. That's why it's showing true. Suppose I want to check, I want to give some of one logical means one conditions I am going to give wrong here. I'm going to change. If I want to edit the particular cell, suppose here I applied the formula. I want to edit the particular cell. We have 3 methods to edit the cell. To edit the cell, one of the option, double click in the single cell, in the particular cell, or else F2, that's the function key is F2, or else in the formula bar. We can edit the, if you want to edit the cell, we can double click, automatically cursor will come inside of the cell, or else we can use the F2 function key we can use, or else we can use a formula bar also we can use. Okay, so how to use these options? For example, this my double click, see cursor, it will come inside of the cell, or else F2 in the keyboard, I am going to press F2. See, now automatically it's going to display, or else in the formula bar automatically cursor will come to the inside of the table. We can use like this 3 options we have to edit the particular cell. Understood? Got it? Okay. So now what I have to do? In that I want to apply the formula. What do you want to apply? Here, sorry. I want to change. Double click or else press F2. Here I am going to change. Backspace. I will go 12. Now see, this one condition is wrong. All the conditions are correct only. Okay. Now it's showing to us that is the false only, because all the conditions are correct, then only AND function it's going to display true. Any one of the condition is wrong, it's going to display wrong. See, now it's going to display false because only one condition is wrong, but AND function is going to display wrong. That's why we are going to use the AND function when we are going to create the report card. Means if I want to find out the result, if the student got all the subject more than 35, then only that pass marks we are going to declaring. We are mentioning as a pass. That's why all the subjects are greater than 35, then only he's get pass options. That's why in that particular situation, or else when we are going to creating the report card or marks card, that time the result function we are going to use the AND function we are going to use. That one I will show you that. Okay. So before that, you have to write this if function, this data you have to write, not this point here. Or else if you want, if you need that formula also, you can. This is the formula. Which one you want, you can mention. You can write. Then okay. Next up, so that is the AND function. No, not this point. AND function. Any doubts? If function and in the logical function and also one of the logical function. If you have any doubts, anything, ask me or post in the text box. Okay. So in that and function, where they are, so for example, in the companies, they are not going to create the report card, all these things, they are not going to create, right? So then in the companies, how they are going to use the and function? For that, I have one of the example here. This is my example. See now here, I'm going to see now. Actually, this is the company data. Okay, so here commission table is there. All they are my employees. There. Okay, I want to change. Okay. See, all they are working in my company. All they are my employees. They are working in my company. They sold some of product. That means they are my salespersons. My companies export and import companies. They exported in this jeans pant. For example, Charan exported jeans pant 1,500 product and tops 2,451, t-shirt 1,500, total 5,451 product he exported. Like this, Dev information, Puja information, like this I have the employees details, how many product they exported, that informations I have. What is my company rule means, if sales amount, this value, sales amount is more than 2,000 for each goods, then only we are going to give the 2% commission on total sales. Okay, if the sales amount is or sales product is more than 2,000 for each goods, then only I am going to give the 2% of commission in the total sales. So I want to know that they reached or not, how many employees got the commission, how many employees not got the commissions, all these things. If you want to see that, we are going to applying the and function, we are going to apply. Okay, I will show you that how to apply the and function. See here, in that equals and, once if you apply the and function, it's going to asking the logical one. What is my logical? This amount is greater than 2,000, comma. Again, see, it's asking logical 2. Next product details, greater than 2,000. Again, comma. Next logical, this one, greater than 2,000. We have that only 3 product, right? That's it. Then close the parenthesis. Once if you close, it's going to close. If I press enter, it's going to display true or false only. See now, false. They didn't reach. And function is showing all the arguments here correct, then only it's going to display. Means Charan, he sold sell all the product more than 2,000, then only it's going to display true. Otherwise, it's going to display the false options only. But here I don't want to display the true or false. I want to give the 2% of commission amount I want to display. That's why when we are going to applying the and function, it's going to display only the true or false only. If you want to display the amount, all these things, so along with that and function, we are going to use the if function also. Okay, so that is the advanced function. Means when we are going to applying the inside of one function another, that is we called as a nested nested function, not nested if, nested function. How to apply the nested function? See now here equals if function, open the parenthesis. Again, I want to use the AND function. See now it's that bracket is open. That means now AND function is running. Okay. So here it's going to ask the logical one. What is your logical? This value is greater than 2000, comma. Next, this value is greater than 2000. Again, comma, this value is greater than 2000. Sorry. See now, if I close the parenthesis, AND function is closed. Once if you give the comma, now if function is going to continue. See now, it's going to ask if value is true, all the values greater than 2000. If it is a true, what do you want to display? What is my condition here? If sales amount is more than 2000 for each goods, 2% commission we are going to give on sale total sales. Okay, that means if the value is true, that means Charan reached more than 2000 for all the product. So then we are going to give the 2%. In which amount 2% we are going to give? Total sales amount. That's why select the total sales in that into 2%. This is important. Wherever you are working in the companies, if they mentioned as a percentage, we have to think in which amount percentage. That amount we have to select and into 2%. If it is a 2% means how much value it's going to take in that. Okay, if value is true, 2% we are going to give in which amount? Total sales amount. Total sales amount is, this is the total sales amount into 2%, comma. If value is false, if it is a false, so then what you want, we are not going to give any amount, anything. That's why if it is a false, 0 we are going to give. Okay, close the parenthesis, enter. Now see, commission is 0 because he didn't reach. Okay, in the all the product, if you reach more than 2000, then only 2% it will come. Let me repeat one more time. Equals and function. Sorry. If and logical one, this one greater than 2000. Again, comma. Next logical product greater than 2000, comma. This one. Okay, close the parenthesis, then comma, it's going to, now if function is going to continue, if value is true, we are going to give the 2% of commission in on total sales. Select the total sales into 2%. Again, comma. If it is a false, we are not going to give any amount, 0 we are going to give. Close the parenthesis, enter. Like these options, it will come. Here, see now, there is reached in that. But here we applied the formula more than 2000. That's why here, if it is in the gene span 2000 also, it's not going to display. Suppose if it is a 2000 also, it should accept. That time, what we have to do in that, after greater than, apply the equal. Here also equal. Here also equal. Now amount is going to display to us. Enter. Now see, it's showing 174 rupees. See, one more time I will apply. Equals if and function greater than or equal 2000, greater than or equal 2000, greater than equal 2000, comma. If value is true, we are going to give the 2% of commission in the total sales. That's why I selected here E6 means nothing but total sales only, comma. False, we are not going to giving any amount. 0, enter. See now, he didn't reach here. Once if you apply the formula, double click. Oh, here we applied. See, that is the details is going to display. Here Brinda reached the target or amount. Here also Arjun reached. Suppose if I change the values, all these things in the particular data, automatically formula is going to, formula also it's going to apply. See Yamini, he reached in that. Here I am going to manually, I am going to apply 2100, enter. See, automatically we got the answer. Like this we can apply the along with that if function, we can apply the and function also. If I want to reach, if I want to get the commissions, interest, all these things we are going to use. So here, if you want, note that formulas also. Then then this is the and function. Okay, so next options in that or function. So or also one of the logical function only, or function. And what is the or function here? Or function is nothing but in that, see here, or function. Or function, so then when we are going to applying the or function, see here, our function returns true if any one of its arguments is evaluated true. Any one of the argument is correct, it's going to display correct. Then when it's going to display the false, if all the arguments are wrong, then only or function it's going to display wrong only. Okay, and function not like that. All the arguments should be correct. Then only and function is going to display true. Or function not like that. Any one of the argument is correct, correct. It's going to display true. Like this option is going to display. So here I have some of arguments is there. See, this is my conditions. 5 plus 5 equals 2. This is also wrong. 10 minus 5, this equals 3. This is also wrong. 7 into 2, this is correct only. Here 8 in minus 2 equals 2. Here 4 arguments is there. In that only one argument is correct. When we are going to applying the OR function, it's going to display true only. When it's going to display the OR, all the arguments should be OR, wrong. Then only it's going to display wrong only. Okay, so that time we are going to use the OR function. How to apply here? For example, equals OR function. See, it's going to ask the logical. I'm going to type here manually 5 plus 5 equals 2. This argument is wrong only. Again, next logical it's going to ask 10 minus 5 equals 3. 7 into 2 equals 14. Again, comma. 8 minus 2 equals 2. Close the parenthesis. It's going to display true only. Here, 3 arguments are wrong. 1 argument is correct. But OR function is going to display true only. Enter. See, now it's showing true. Then when it's going to display false, if all the arguments are wrong, then only it's going to give the wrong only. Understood? Suppose here also I'm going to change. To edit the cell, double click or F2. Here also I'm going to change. See, now all the arguments are wrong only. Once if you press enter, it's going to display false. Got it? Okay. Okay. Or function. So, for example, I want to hire 2 employees to my company. That time, any of the degrees, if it is accepted, that time we are going to use. If it is a BA, if it is a BCom, if it is a BCA, BSc, any of the degrees, it's if it is accept, that time we are going to use the OR function. We are going to use. Or else in that particular situation. See here, I have one data. Same data I taken here. Same that commission table I have taken OR function. In that, I'm going to delete all the data. Now see, that company rule. Company got some rule. That what is the rules? If sales amount is more than 2,000 for any one of the product. If you reach any one product more than 2,000, we are going to give the 2% commission. In that particular situation, we are going to use the OR function we are going to use. If sales amount is more than 2,000 for any one of the product, we are going to give the 2% commission on total sales. See, now here I want to apply the OR function I want to apply. Equals OR. See, it's asking logical one. This is my logical one. This value is greater than 2000, comma. Next logical it's asking to us. Select the second one logical, greater than 2000, again comma. T-shirt, greater than 2000, plus the parenthesis. Only 3 product we have, no. Press enter. Now see, it's showing true or false only. But we don't want true or false because we have to give the commission amount. If they reach all the product more, any one of the product more than 2000, then only I want to give the commission to them. I want to know that which employees got the commission, which employees reached that amount. So then once if you apply the along with that OR function, we are going to use the if function also. equals if function, along with that if function or. See, we applied two functions. No, one side, one function inside one more function, that is we called as a nested function. Okay, so select. Now see, or function is running. It's going to ask the logical. This is my logical value greater than 2000. Again, comma. Next one greater than 2000, comma. Again, third one greater than 2000. That's it. Close the parenthesis here. It's going to close. Again, comma. Now, if function is going to continue. If value is true, if the values is all the conditions are true, we are going to give the 2% of commission we are going to give on total sales. If the value is true, click on that total sales amount into 2%, comma, value false, select this one into, sorry, comma, if value is false, we are not going to give any amount, 0. Close the parenthesis, press enter. See now, you got the amount commission 109. Once if you track the data, automatically we are going to get. Here see, it didn't reach here. Okay, I will explain. And function and or function, no. Okay, so here in that, see one more time I will show you that. And function, if all the, whenever we are applying the conditions, all the conditions are correct, then only and function it's going to display true. If all the conditions are correct, then only and function is going to display the true. For example, this is my condition. Example, condition, criteria, or logical, all these are same only. See now, this is my condition. Here one of the condition. Here also. Now I want to check in that. If all the conditions are correct, then only and function is going to display true. Because for example, I have 10 conditions. In the 9 conditions are correct. Only one condition is wrong. And function is going to display the wrong only. If any one of the condition is wrong, and function is going to display wrong. That's why here, what is my, okay, first I will show you that. Here equals and function. Logical it's asking. So manually I'm going to type here. 8 plus 5 equals 13, comma, again next logical, 5 into 2 equals 10. This also, this is correct. This one also correct. Again comma, 10 minus 5 equals 5. This is also correct. Here I applied the formula, that's why directly I am going to take. Close the parenthesis, enter. It's going to display true because all the conditions are correct. That's why it's showing display the true. Suppose I want to edit some of data. Here I am going to do that. See, this conditions also correct. This one also correct. This one I given wrong here. This conditions also correct. That means here 3 conditions are correct. Only one condition is getting wrong. Now and function is going to display wrong only. See now it's showing false. True and false, that is the default option. Okay, then in the commission table, how to apply? So what is the company rule means here? What is my company rules means? I got some of commission tables information. All they are my employees. salespersons, they sold some of product. This is the amount I have. Top also, t-shirt, total sales amount we have. What is my company rule means, if the sales amount is more than 2000 for each goods, then only we are going to give the commissions. 2% commission we are going to give in the total sales amount. Otherwise, we are not going to give. Okay, in that particular situation, when my sales amount, this amount is more than 2000 for each goods, then only we are going to give the 2% of commission on total sales. Okay, that time we are going to use the AND function. If all the amount is more than 2000, then only it's going to calculate the 2% of commission. Okay, in that particular situation, we are going to use the AND function. See, I will show you that. Equals, if function, again AND, logical test. This my, so now the parenthesis is open and now AND function is running. Logical, this my logical, that means this amount is greater than 2000, comma, logical 2, this my logical 2, this value is greater than 2000 and this value is greater than 2000. Close the parenthesis. Now AND function is closed. Now if function is going to continue, comma, it's asking, see, if value is true, all the values are more than 2000. If it is a true, we are going to give the 2% commission on total sales. That's why select the total sales amount in that 2%, right? That's why select the total sales into 2%. If the values, if the value is true, all the values are more than 2000, then only 2% of commission we are going to give on total sales. If not, if the value is true, we are not going to give the commission. 0. Okay, then press enter. So here why it's showing means I didn't close the parenthesis here. That's why it's showing. Click on yes. It's going to take. Got it, ma? So now select this one. All the details it will come. Or else here, see, they reached in that. Brinda reached then in the jeans pant 20,000 something, in the tops 2,000 and t-shirt 2,500. But what is my formula means, greater than 2,000 only we given. If it is equal to 2000 also, if you want to give the commission, before the greater than, we have to apply the equal. Like that. Enter. Now see, track the data. So, values is going to display. Okay. So here,
what do you want to show?
understood my Lekha, Zara? And function, or one more term should I?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Okay, okay. Or function. Now, okay, I will show you that. Here, or function. See now, or function. Or function is going to display all the argument. In that, I have the 10 arguments is there. In that, any one of the argument is correct, or function is going to display correct only. When it's going to display wrong, if all the conditions or arguments is wrong, then only or function is going to display wrong. Okay, see now example I taken here. This is my condition. This is also wrong. This one also wrong. And here this is correct is there. So and this one also wrong is there. But here we applied. I will show you that here. Okay, so sorry. This is different data. See now. See now, in that this condition also wrong, this one also wrong, this one. All the conditions are wrong. That's why our OR function is going to display wrong only. If any one of the condition is correct, OR function is going to display correct. Now see, I'm going to edit here. Only one data as I'm going to change here. Now see, this only one condition is correct. This is also wrong. This one also wrong. This one also wrong. Press enter. It's going to display true. Any one of the condition is correct, or function is going to display correct only. Okay, when they are going to use, when they are applying the sum of resume, if it is a your rules as is there, if it is any degrees, it's going to accept that time we are going to use or function. Okay, or else here I have one of the data. This is actually company data only. Here I will show you that. If sales, same data I have taken here, whatever I used in the for and function, for that I taken here. Or function means what is my condition, my rules. If sales amount is more than 2000 for any one product, then only we are going to give the 2% commission. In that situation we are going to use the or function. If any one product they reached more than 2000, they are going to give the 2% of commission on total sales. Okay, for how many employees I have to give, I want to calculate here. So equals if function, directly if you apply the or function, it's going to display true or false only. But I don't want true or false. That's why I want to give the, I want to mention the amount. Okay, that's why along with that or function, we are going to use a if function. Or if or function, see now it's going to ask the logical greater than 2000, comma, again this value greater than 2000, comma, t-shirt greater than 2000. If you want, we can give the equals also along with that. I don't want, because all the employees, so many employees will get the amount. Or like directly I'm going to give only the greater than 2000. Comma, once if we give the comma, or function is going to close. Next step, if function is going to activate. If function is going to continue. Now see, if value is true, all the values are greater than 2000, or every one of the values greater than 2000, then we are going to, if it is a true, we are going to give the 2% of amount on total sales. That's why E4 is nothing but total sales amount into 2%, comma, if not, we are not going to give the amount anything, 0. Or else if you want to display nil, we can select. Instead of that 0, I am going to give like that. Enter. Now see, Charan got 109. So drag the data, automatically it's going to give. But he didn't get that option, so that's why here there is a nil amount is going to display. For example, I taken here Thor log is something. It's okay. So this is the amount we have. We can apply the OR function. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So next option is in that nested function. What is that? Nested function means here nested if function we are going to use. What is that nested if function means? Um, when we are going to use the if function, only 2 conditions we are going to apply. But if I have the more than 2 conditions, that time we are going to use the nested if functions we are going to use. Nested function in Excel, when you place one function inside another function as an argument to create a more complex customized calculation, that time we are going to use the nested if function. Okay, so here nested if function. If functions we used, okay, that time if I apply the 2 conditions, directly we can apply the if function. That means if I have the more than 2 conditions, how to apply? Example, that means more than 2 conditions. See, I have the data here. Now see. This is my data. See, now I have some employees. Okay, here also I want to change. 1 second. See, now I have some of employees name, sorry, students name here. They got some of marks, all these things. Now I want to apply the result to them. How to apply? What is my conditions means here? I have the, this is the options we have. If the marks is less than 40, it should mention, we have to mention fail. Greater than 40, pass. Greater than 60, distinction. Like this I have to apply. Whoever got the less than 40, in the result column you should display fail. So then up to 40, so it should display the pass. If it is a greater than 60, it should display the distinction. Means here I have to apply the 3 conditions. If we have only 2 conditions, we can apply the if function. But here I have the 3 conditions. I want to apply the nested if function I have to apply. Okay, how to apply nested if function in that? For example, equals if function. So what is my logical test here? This is my mark. This marks, my value is greater than 60. If it is a greater than 60, what is my condition here? You should display the distinction. See, it's showing once if you give the, 1 second. See, once if you give the comma, automatically the cursor will come to the next point. See, if value is true, what I have to give? That is the distinction. So here I am going to applying the, if it's a greater than 60, it should display distinction. Comma. Again it's asking false. But I don't want to apply the false. Here one more conditions I have to apply. That's why what I'm going to do that again inside of this if function, one more time I am going to apply the if function. Okay. So here now see again it's asking the logical test. Here select the, this is my logical test, greater than 40. Greater than 40, it should display for me pass. Again comma, if value is false, it should display fail for me only. Like that. See, I applied inside of if function one more if function. That's why this is be called as a nested function. Nested if function. Once if you close the parenthesis, enter. So here why it's showing means here 2 times we open the bracket. I closed only 1 time. That's why it's showing like this. We can press enter also, it's going to take, or else one more time close the parenthesis. Enter, it's going to take the option. So now it's showing the fail option. So drag this one, it will come. See, one more time I will show you that. Equals if function, logical, this is my logical, greater than 60. It should, if it is a greater than 60, if value is true, it should display distinction, comma. It's going to ask the false, but we should not select the false. Again, one more time, I want to apply the if function only. It's going to continue. Select this value. If it is a greater than 40, it should display for me pass. If they got the greater than 40, so result is pass. Again, comma. Now see, it's showing if value is false. If it is a less than 40, it should display fail only. While applying the formula, whenever we are going to applying the condition, means text with double quotes only we have to give. That's why here in the distinction, this is also text, this is also text, this is also text. That's why I'm going to close in this one. I'm going to close only one bracket, then enter. Click on that S or enter, automatically is going to take. Now see, they have got pass greater than 40. So like this, we can use that option, we can apply. Okay, suppose if my value is, if it is a greater than 80, I want to display outstanding. How to apply? Okay, I will show you in the next session. Tomorrow we have class. So tomorrow I will teach about these options. Any doubt is there? Nested if
Ma'am,
function. Okay, ma. Nested if
uh,
function. What? Yes.
sorry. Ma'am, I wanted to ask if we write the logic in one cell and we
Hmm.
select the cell directly, then why do we have to write the logic again?
Because when if I select the particular cell, we have to mention in that, is that greater than or less than, all these things. This is that already
No,
we
if
have
I
that.
write the logic in one cell, if I write like B3 is greater than C4, so
Ah,
if I write that in one cell and when
hmm,
I'm writing the function, if I just press on that cell, do I need to write it again?
hmm. No need, ma. See, for example, you are asking like this is my date values. Okay, here I have the this one. I want to check in that 80 is greater than 50 or not. For that, no need to apply the if function. Directly we can apply this one. See now 80 greater than 50. It's showing that true or false. But this is the true only. But I don't want to display the true or false. I want to display correct or incorrect. Like this, if you want to display, that time we are going to use the if function. See now here equals if function, logical test, directly we can select. No need to write the option only. Greater than 50. What do you want to display in that? If value is true, what do you want to display? If I don't want to display anything, so no need to apply the if function. Directly we can apply equals 80 greater than 50. It's showing true or false. Suppose if I change the value here 90, automatically it's going to display the false only. But based on that my requirement, I don't want to display the true or false, correct, incorrect, true or false, rich, poor, good, bad, available, not available. Like this particular text, if you want to mention, we are going to use the if function.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
See now here equals, that one also I will show you, ma. If logical test, this one greater than this data, comma, it's going to ask if it is a true, what do you want to display? I want to display correct. If value is false, I want to display incorrect. Enter. See, it's going to display the incorrect option.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, like this we can use that option. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that the videos they will download in the YouTube, we can. Okay, we can access that videos also. Tomorrow I will show you that how to access the videos, recordings, all these things. Okay, yeah. Thank you.